Before the break, we asked the question, will a team from the NFC North win a Super Bowl? 844-770-3776. That's how you get into the show. And I think win the Super Bowl's tough. But I'll tell you what, the Lions, sure, and obviously this is definitely recency bias, but they definitely feel like a team and look like a team. And I know Hutchinson's hurt, but look, it's not the same as losing a quarterback. And I know he's a great player, but their offense is so balanced and so multidimensional, whether it's St. Brown or Laporta or Montgomery or Gibbs, and the offensive line keeps Jared Goff upright, and he knows how to run this offense, and Ben Johnson. And I say this with all respect to LaFleur and O'Connell, that Ben Johnson might be, because it's his only job is to be offensive coordinator, he might be the best offensive mind in the conference right now, or in the division at least.
They were wild. I should probably turn. I swear to God, I could hear myself like in my ears.
I can hear you too. You're just yelling.
Sorry. They were wild last night. Like the different things that they were doing just because they could. But like, and
double reverse back to Goff.
Yeah.
And then to Laporta down the sideline. It was.
What did you say? Laporta?
That's his name, right?
Sam Laporta.
But it's Sam.
Yeah.
So I think it's Laporta.
You're close to saying La Puerta, which is the door, but
like you're really emphasizing La Porta. His name is Sam.
But no, I mean, losing Hutchinson is obviously massive, like you just said. But I think beyond them being a balanced offense, I think they're just such a balanced team. Mm-hmm. Like they are good on all sides of the ball, and they are just incredibly talented. That I think they're the easy answer. Like I don't know how. I would love to hear a case for the Packers, the Vikings, and the Bears, because I feel like the case has just already been made for the Lions. And honestly, I think they should have been in the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would have beat the Chiefs, but I think they should have been there. But I would love to hear a case for any of the other three teams.
And honestly, I don't know if I can make a solid case for the Packers, because the one glaring issue for me is kicking. Our kicker is not good enough. Like 3 points decides games. Mm-hmm. And if you can't guarantee that you're going to get that 3 points every time you get inside like the 35-yard line, then you are in dire straits, in my opinion, if you think you're a Super Bowl caliber team. And I don't know if it's riding it out with Narveson and hoping he gets hot and figures it out, or if it's playing musical kicker and trying to find the right guy that can come in and make these kicks. But that's the one thing that keeps me from saying, like, at least giving you a legitimate argument that the Packers can keep up with them. Because I think the defense is coming around. I think the offense is starting to click where they can keep pace with the Lions. Mm-hmm. The thing that really makes me nervous is when you get into the opposing team's territory, if you can't come away with points because your kicker missed it, not only did you miss out on 3 points, you're probably giving them fantastic field position off that missed kick.
I don't know what your reaction was to it yesterday. Mine was very similar to Matt LaFleur on the sidelines, where it was just like killer.
Right.
But I legit said if he missed one more, like he's done after this game. Like he does not have a job with Green Bay Packers.
I mean, legitimately that 4th and 2 that I was talking about, Jordan Love's best throw. Mm-hmm. If you've got a kicker that you're confident in, you probably just take that 3 points. They went for it. Sure, statistics say that it's not a bad spot to go for it, but if you can tack on 3 more points, you're probably going to. So
how long of a field goal was that one?
It would have been there. It would have been 50-ish, like in the 50s.
And I don't think he's
50s.
Even attempted anything in the 50s.
He's got no attempts at 50 yards, but like
crazy.
Plenty of teams are trying to take those 3 points, and if you've got
a 70-yarder earlier this season. Legit.
Aubrey is.
He's
the ball.
insane. Yeah.
But yeah, like that's like my issue, and that's the big reason that I can't put the Packers ahead of the Lions right now, is because we ain't winning that special teams game.
I just still think there's a lack of consistency across the board. Mm-hmm. I don't think that the defense has been consistent enough.
No.
I don't think that the offense has been consistent enough. If they play in a similar way that they did yesterday for the rest of the season, that obviously changes, but there just has not been enough consistency or cohesive football this season yet.
Right.
Other than when Malik Willis was the quarterback for 2 games.
Well, I mean, the second half against the Vikings looked really good. The Rams game, we started out hot, and it looked like they kind of played this
They were inconsistent.
Well, they switched to a run-heavy second half, and it was just we were getting stopped. You know what I mean? Like if they keep the pedal down, you might have a little bit more consistency. Again, it's about Jordan Love finding his rhythm and being the quarterback we all know he can be. And I think it looks like he's starting to find it. And I feel like that groove that LaFleur and Jordan Love were in at the end of last year is maybe sparked by this game and some of the other games again that Love has had recently.
Well, this is the first game that Jordan Love has completed 60% of his passes. So,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But you said other games.
Well, the second half against the Viking game, he was over 60, but we're taking the game as a whole where he was not good in the first half.
Right, yeah, the whole game counts. So,
right,
yes.
No, for sure. But
then against the Rams, he only completed 57% of his passes. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. That was not a great game.
Right.
It was fine.
It was fine.
Right. Not the game. This is the first game he's played this year.
Getting better. All 3 games in a row.
I would say maybe regress from the Vikings to the Rams. But that's fine. Whatever narrative you want to tell yourself. This is the first game he's earned his paycheck.
From Vikings to Rams to Cardinals. That's all. That's what I'm saying. They're finding their
I would
groove.
say Vikings and Rams are 2 different flavors of the same game. He threw a lot of interceptions and didn't complete a lot of passes against the Vikings, but threw for a lot of yards. And against the Rams,
one of the Rams picks was a bad tip, and the second one,
he's still only 57%.
Yeah, that's on the tight end. We all know.
No, there was a tip in that game too that was bad. But you're right. The second pick, we'll put it on Jordan Love, even though I don't fully believe that.
1 pick. He threw 1 interception, the awful one that was a pick 6.
Oh, Tucker's. That's one that was.
Yeah,
Tucker's
that was
fault.
the only
that
one.
So he should have 0 picks over the last 2 weeks. There you go.
He should.
There you go.
That Bo Melton slip was brutal.
Anyways, he did play for the first time this year. But look, it doesn't. I mean, you're right. This could be the jumping off point. But this first time this year, he's earned his money. That's the first time this year. 69% of his completions, 258 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jordan Love earned that franchise quarterback money.
69.
What if they would have lost?
I like that number.
Okay, I know that's a crazy question to ask considering they won by 3 touchdowns. But what if he had that exact stat line and the Packers lost?
What's wrong with that line outside the interception?
No, that's what I'm asking. Does that mean he still earned his money because he had those stats?
Yeah.
Or is it beefed up
defense
because
let you down.
they won?
Well, it helps that it won, but if you have, there's plenty of situations where there's good quarterbacks and their defense lets them down, like they lose in a shootout.
Now, again, the interception.
Joe Burrow, perfect example.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers with the Packers.
Joe Burrow threw an interception, bad interception the last couple games too. He's had a bad turnover in the games that they've lost as well.
Right.
So if this stat line was here, the only way you could, and they had lost, the only way is you look at it, but when and where was that interception? That would have been the only thing for this. But I would say that Jordan and the Packers, for me, the only flaw that I truly see for the Packers is one. I think Jordan Love, you're just going to live with he's not an incredibly accurate quarterback, and he's going to make some wild throws. So I think he's better than his stat line for the year at 59% for 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 picks. But I don't think there's I think they're just different types of quarterback. I don't think that there is a massive gap in ability and play between Jared Goff and Jordan Love, which is why I will go with the Lions.
Right.
And then we'll have to see what happens without Hutchinson. The Packers right now are inept at pass rush. Mm-hmm. They have to fix that because the interceptions will stop coming if you don't have a pass rush because the secondary can only do so much. And fumbles, you can do that, but at some point that ball will get knocked out and then it won't bounce to a guy. I mean, that's good defense and that's playing good defense, but fumble recoveries are absolutely luck of the bounce too.
Right.
You have to be
the Packers against the Cardinals, right?
The Packers are doing the right thing, which they haven't done in a long time. Being aggressive, doing the peanut punch, but you still have to have what?
I love that.
That's what it's called.
Oh, I
The
know.
nut punch? What?
Peanut punch, yeah, for Tillman. I'm a nut. Is that a Tillman thing?
Charles Tillman he would come in with he'd punch the ball out like a boxer.
I know, I was making it inappropriate.
You were. I mean, I guess if you did a peanut punch to the balls,
Peanuts?
plural,
To the gym
peanuts, then you would probably drop the ball as well.
Yeah.
But that's not what they're doing currently. I feel like that would draw a penalty.